To empower. I am here to inspire you. So, peace and love, kings and queens, and welcome. It is your favorite motivational speaker and author. My name is Sakara Bay. For those of you who are not familiar with me, please allow me to introduce myself. I am a motivational speaker, a public speaker. I am an author. I reach out to people. Worldwide. I am a worldwide influencer. I go out and speak in my community quite often. I love doing in person speaking, and I have a very powerful testimony. Yes, I have a very powerful testimony, and still now, God is allowing my testimony to be more powerful and more stronger, and just allowing me to be an overcomer of the things that I have to go through my everyday struggle in life, just like everyone else does. I am not exempt from struggle. I have to go through things too. And someone pointed out to me just recently, someone who tends to go through hard times from time to time, and I can say that the person is probably stuck in the hard time right now. And they were saying, like, I don't ever hear you complain. It seems like you have like mastered the art of like not complaining and just taking on, life's challenges as they come without complaining. I don't know what the point of complaining is going to be. You ask me how am I doing on a day-to-day basis, and I'm going to tell you, today is an amazing day for me. I am doing wonderful today because I am very purposeful about that being my reality on the regular basis. I'm not lying. That is what I want for myself. So no matter what happens to me or what I have to grow through on the day-to-day basis, my experience in life is what I want it to be. So I make a sound decision when I wake up in the morning that today is going to be an amazing day. I work on myself a lot. I put myself in the headspace where I want to be. I am very purposeful about my peace, my joy, and my happiness. I do not want the circumstances of life to determine how happy I am. So no matter what is going on in my life, what challenges I have to face, I don't want to put off my happiness until the perfect time. So I was having a conversation with someone else just last night, and they were saying that it's hard for them to live in the moment because they always have to worry about what the future is going to hold, or was what happened in the past, or making sure everything is okay as far as bills and everything is concerned. So it's hard for them to actually enjoy the present moment. So they asked me a question like, well, aren't you like that as well? And I'm like, no. I make a conscious decision. I want to embrace every moment of my life. I don't know if I might walk out the door, I might have health issues, or I don't know how much time I have left on this earth. I don't want my moments to be filled with me worrying about how I'm going to fix this problem, or how I'm going to fix that problem, or what happened to me in my past, or what I'm going to do about my future. I like to embrace every moment. I saw two birds. It just like caught me off guard. I saw two birds like enjoying themselves. It seems like to me, and it totally just brought me into a moment of clarity, peace, and joy. And oftentimes people see two birds are everywhere. You don't stop to admire happy birds. So I'm the type of person that stops to admire happy birds because it makes me feel happy. That's an example of embracing the present moment. I don't know when I'm going to see happy birds again, and it don't have to necessarily be happy birds. It can be a happy moment in your life. It could be a happy moment in the lives of your children, or whatever. It could be a wonderful book, or a love story, or these are things that I choose to stop and embrace the moments of every single day. My sons won their football games this weekend, and I just take time out to celebrate with them. Whatever I can do to lift my spirit. I laughed so hard this week. Like I allowed and it was noticeable to me. I was like, wow. I needed that laugh. I mean, I was cracking up, like crying tears. I'm silly anyway, but I just allowed myself to laugh this week. When was the last time you allowed yourself to laugh? When was the last time you allowed yourself to enjoy life? When was the last time you allowed yourself to experience peace? These things don't happen by chance. You have to be very purposeful about embracing these things on a regular basis. So life is going to show up. Things are going to happen. No, every day is not going to be perfect. I am not judging you or your struggles or minimizing the things that anyone have to go through on a regular basis. If don't nobody know, I know that it gets real out here. Like, it gets real. It gets real for everyone, not just for you, but for me too. And through those times, I choose to be happy. Anyway, I feel like I'm like explaining my happiness right now. I don't know. But yes, I do. I enjoy my life and I enjoy my happiness through my struggles and the things that God allows me to grow through on a regular basis. And I wish so much that that was the reality of everyone. I was going to say so many people, but everyone, because I see the struggle that people go through on the regular basis. And a lot of people are confused with the fact that they look for inner peace with external circumstances. They look for inner joy with external circumstances. And no matter what your circumstances are, you should always be able to find peace and joy and happiness within yourself. That's where the change is going to take place. That's when your life is going to get better. That's when you are really able to enjoy life. And when your problems do begin to disappear, you can fully embrace them and fully enjoy them because you have already practiced peace. You have already made joy, peace, and happiness a part of your everyday life. So these are things that I focus on a regular basis. I don't want my circumstances or the people around me or anything to dictate what type of mood that I am in on a regular basis. I want to have control over my emotions. I want to have control over my mind. I want to have control over my mood. These are things that I am very purposeful about on the day-to-day basis. So yes, I am here. I am here to kind of spread that message to you guys, a little bit of motivation, inspiration. So you have entered into a zone of light and change. So if you are ready to embrace light into your life, light being the wool kind of pulled off of your eyes, light being you're opening yourself up to knowledge and understanding and all of these things, and change, embrace change. Things are constantly changing on the everyday basis. Life is changing. We are changing. Our bodies are changing. Our circumstances are changing. Our relationships are changing. People are changing. Things are not going to always stay the same. And it's so hard for a lot of us to embrace the changes that life brings us. I'm sitting here watching my kids go from children to adults. My youngest son was saying, because he is like 8 years younger than my next sibling. So my son, well, maybe 6 or 7 years. My son is 11, then my next child is 17, 18, and then my kids is 20, almost 30 years old. So my youngest son was just saying, dang, my siblings are grown. Like, I'm the youngest one. He was like, that's crazy that all of my siblings are adults and I'm like 11. And I'm like, yes, like I'm watching my children grow from young adults to adults with careers and homes and marriages and all of the adult things that they are doing in life right now. So I am changing as my children change. I feel funny like even calling them children anymore, because my kids is growing up to be adults. I am very proud of them and all the accomplishments that they make on the regular basis. But yes, I mean, we have to change with life, and a lot of us get complacent and we don't want to change. We don't want to embrace change. We comfortable. We sitting up here in our comfort zone, and then as soon as something don't feel the same, like we in our routine, and as soon as something kind of throws you off guard because you have not allow yourself to be in the habit of embracing change, then it's like a shock to you. It's a shock to your mind. Like, oh my gosh, what's happened? Life is happening. Seasons are changing. You are changing. You're getting older. People change. Your family is changing. Things are adjusting. We lose loved ones. We gain loved ones. Career changing. We're changing our mind. We change our goals and the things that we want to make us happy, and all of those things. And I think we should allow ourselves to embrace change. So I am getting in the habit of learning how to allow myself to embrace change. I want to be in the spirit of light and of change. I want to educate myself. I want to learn more. I want to grow. I want to learn more about people. I want to have healthier relationships. I want to love myself more. I want a deeper connection with my higher power. These are things that I choose. I want to be successful, but I want to start with me. I want to start with me. I don't want success to drop in my lap and then I have all of these things that I am asking God for. I want to be able to work on myself internally so I can adapt to the changes of life and the things that are happening around me. And I don't want my circumstances to dictate how happy I am on a regular basis, and people and things that's going on around me in society and politics. And freaking eggs was $3.41 when I went to the doggone supermarket the other day. I was like, why is a dozen of eggs $3.41? Okay, whatever. Like, either I'm gonna get the eggs or I'm not gonna get the eggs. I don't even eat eggs like that. My kids eat eggs all the time, but I'm like, whatever. Like, do we really need eggs? Like, but I'm not gonna let that determine my mood on a regular basis. The prices of gas or whatever that's going on in society. I want to be able to fix myself to where whatever is happening around me, I am able to adjust myself to the changes of life and still be happy, because I know that God is going to bless me. I know that there is blessings and miracles and things that are out here waiting for me. So that's going to be like the whipped cream on top of the cake with a cherry on top. But if I'm not practicing peace and happiness now, how am I going to learn how to embrace happiness when God really start doing and revealing to me what he has for me? A lot of us have everything that they want and more, material things, but a lot of people don't have peace of mind. You got more money than you got peace of mind. You got more material things than you have happiness and joy, and the things that don't cost don't cost nothing. Those are things that are worth more than the materialistic things. So those are the things that I work hard for, the things that come for free in life. I want to be happy today, and I want that not only for myself, but I want it for everyone else too. That is the main motive of me coming to you guys and spreading these messages on a regular basis. So welcome, come on in here, get comfortable, sit down, get you something to drink. Ain't no telling what I might say out my mouth. So I'm just warning you right now. I don't know. I mean, I ask God to use me in these moments. I'm grateful for the messages that God allowed me to be able to relay on the regular basis, to put me in the right mind and the right spirit, and just kind of put myself to the side and focus on, I never know who might need this message. I need this message. Listen, I'm telling you, when God does the thing that he do, when he is working through me, I be like, oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, because I know that I need this sometimes. So, yes, hold on tight. You do not want to miss this evening's life lesson. So, only if you are willing and ready, please open your minds up to unlocking freedom and growth moving forward from this moment. So, it is completely and totally up to you whether you want to put yourself in a space where you are willing to unlock a sense of freedom, something that might have been holding you down. If you want to unlock growth, if you are tired of being in the same space and you want to do whatever it takes to move forward, sometimes we got to get to the point of desperation. Like at this point, I need something. I need help. I need somebody. I know these messages might not be for everybody. You might be in a very good place where you just are very content with the growth and everything that you are allowing to take place over your life and continue to move forward if you are that person. But that's not everybody. Some people get stuck and they don't know why they're stuck. Some people are not growing. Some people are not learning. As much suffering and struggling that some people have to do on a regular basis is just something that is not allowing them to move forward to the next level of their life. And for the life of them, they can't figure out what that thing is. So for those, I want to kind of help like clear up some confusion, if I can ask God to use me in that way. Some confusion of some things that might be getting in the way of your path that is not allowing you to move forward. So I want to be free in my mind. These are things I want for myself. I want to be free in my mind, and I want to be able to grow, not just right now. I want to be able to grow every single day. I evaluate myself. Self-evaluation is something that everyone should do. Don't be so sitting up on your high horse that you think that you don't have to evaluate yourself and your relationships and the encounters that you have with people on the day-to-day basis and all of those things. I want to be able to evaluate myself, look at the things that I am pleased with myself, and look at the growth that needs to take place in me. We all have work to do. None of us is that perfect that we get everything right, that we should be in a state of mind where we don't have work to do. So that is for absolutely everyone. So, but before we get started, let us pause for gratitude. When we are grateful, we are blessed. So this is the segment of my life lesson that I call silent gratitude. I like to close my eyes. I like to embrace the things that I am grateful for right here in these moments. I wake up in the spirit of gratitude every single day. So that should be the case with all of us. Honestly, we should all wake up in a thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you mode. It helps us. We acknowledge the giver of our gifts while we are alive, while we are still breathing. Everyone does not have the luxury and the pleasures of waking up when they lay down at night. When I came home last night, I had an extremely long day yesterday, and I just was able to climb up these stairs, hop up my steps, and come into my bedroom, and I'm like, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So sometimes we lose sight of the fact that everyone doesn't make it home safe at the end of the day, and that is just a fact. Some people go through struggles in life in different parts of the world that even us here in the United States would never be able to relate to, because we don't know the struggles of people in third world countries and all over the world, and wars and all of those type of things that different people have to go through. So we should all get in the habit of learning how to be thankful on the regular basis, whatever that comes to your mind while you are thankful. Maybe God blessed you in a miraculous way this week. God blessed me in a miraculous way this week. So many doors that God is opening for me, so many ways that God is blessing me, and I know if it was not for the grace of God, I would not be where I am today. So I have to take moments out to say thank you, thank you, thank you. I have to look back over my life and look at where I came from and look at where I am right now. So I am grateful for where I am today. And even if you are not where you want to be, that does not mean that you can't be grateful for where you are. So If you want to move forward and get better and looking forward to better things happening for yourself in your future, learning how to be grateful is a great place to start. When you are grateful, you are blessed. That is just the way that it goes. When you acknowledge the fact that you don't have to be as blessed as you are. So a lot of us lose sight of it. Some of us, we feel entitled, like God owes us another day, or God owes us something, or I go to work and I, I work hard and you earn your paycheck. I know you go to work, I know you work hard, and I know you earn your paycheck, but if it wasn't for the grace of God, you wouldn't have health in your body to get up in the morning to be able to go to work. You wouldn't have a job. There are so many reasons that can prevent you from getting up and being as functional as you are. And it's only the grace of God that you are as functional as you are. There's so many people that are not as blessed as you, and they still see the blessings in their life. So, I mean, we don't think about things like that. There are people with disabilities, there are people in the hospital with terminal illnesses due to no fault of their own, and they can't possibly get up and work a job like you do on a regular basis. That's enough to be grateful for alone. So while we are all wrapped up in our self-made mode and thinking, I do what I gotta do to earn a living for my family and all this type of stuff, and you do what you have to do to earn a living for your family, and you should be proud of yourself for doing those things on a regular basis. But where is the source of it? Go back to the source of it, because if it was not for the grace of God, to the giver of all good things, you wouldn't even have a job. You wouldn't even be where you are in life. You wouldn't even have a beautiful wife or a beautiful husband or healthy children, or have the health in your body that you have in your body. So I'm telling you, there's so much to be grateful for. So we're going to take a few moments out before I jump into this week's life lesson, and we're going to pause for a few moments of silent gratitude. And let me just say this real quick. This week has been rough for me. This week has been rough for me. Unexpected challenges and changes and things that I was not expecting to happen on this week. And still, through all the challenges that I have to face on the regular basis, I still choose to find reasons to be. I don't even have to look for reasons to be grateful. But through everything that I have to go through on the day-to-day basis, I still find gratitude in my heart. I still consider myself extremely blessed through it all, because I am very, very blessed. So we're going to take these moments out, and where I like to close my eyes, take a couple deep breaths, and just think of the things that I am mostly grateful for. So if you will allow yourself to do so, then we can move on to this week's life lesson. So here we go. So that always does so much for me. And also why I prioritize putting that right before I jump into my life lesson is because it literally lifts your vibration and it puts you in receptive mode. You are better able to receive a message in a good way. Sometimes we can hear some of these things and we can get offended. I don't want anyone to think that I'm talking at them, or however you choose to perceive it. I want it to be in a way that it is going to be helpful for you. So my message is to help everyone. I cannot judge. I am not in a place to judge anyone, but I want you to be able to receive this message wholeheartedly in a spirit of wow, that was very helpful. I needed those words of encouragement and not offense, because sometimes my my delivery mode might not be so graceful, but I am very passionate about spreading these messages. I am very passionate, and sometimes the way that it comes out is just how it come out. And that is period, point blank, but it's all in love. I love y'all. I want you to be able to receive this message. I want to be effective in delivering these messages. So here we go. So my topic for today's topic is hope. Is hope. So I did a message on hope before. I am like in this string of feel good messages. Like I said at the beginning, we did dreams, we did destiny, we did desire, and we did hope. We are coming up to the end of the year, and I want us to think about these things moving forward into another year, where wherever we make our New Year's resolutions or thinking about things that we want to change in our life, we can kind of think about us, ourselves, and what we want for ourselves, and just have, ourselves in mind, our dreams, our destinies, our desires, hope for ourselves. Because when we focus on ourselves, that's when we can project out of ourselves the goodness that we need to project out of ourselves, whatever role that God has you playing in your life. I want to be effective in my motherhood. I want to be effective in whatever God is calling me to be in my future, whatever many hats that I wear on a regular basis. I know a lot of us wear many hats on a regular basis, whatever role you play in your family, whatever goals or dreams that you have for your future. You want to be successful, you want to be wealthy, you want to be healthy. A lot of us set health goals, and I want us to be effective in these things. So I want us to think about what we want for ourselves. So this is mainly one thing that I'm thinking about moving forward on my what I call feel good messages. I don't know. I'm feeling this feel good message thing. I'm kind of hoping that God will place it in my heart to just allow me to rock out with the feel good messages all the way into the new year. So what will we have, like 3 more weeks? Let me see. Today is the 5th, so we have 3 more Saturdays left of this month. So while I will need about maybe I'm trying to count how many more feel good messages I'm going to need to kind of fill in the rest of the year with feel good messages. So that's like 11 more feel good messages. So we'll see. But whatever God places in my heart, I will be obedient in. But I am going to deliver this feel good message on hope today. I need hope. I need hope. I want to spread the message of hope. So many of us out here need hope. I did a message on hope, but I believe when I delivered a message on hope, it was a in-person message. So I am a public speaker. I go out into my community and I spread messages of hope. So I believe that I did my message on hope before I began virtually delivering messages. So I didn't do my message here on my social media platforms. So I kind of went back to my message of hope and refurbished it a little bit, kind of took some things out, added some things in. I changed my method of teaching since I first delivered a message on hope. I did feel good messages before. So I did a message on hope, love, and peace. My favorite out of the feel good messages that I did before was love. OMG. So I want to say, it might have been a year ago when I delivered a message on love. So I do believe my message on love is on here. I had begun doing my messages virtually when I delivered my message on love and peace. but I didn't do hope on here. So this is the first time that I am coming to you guys with a message of hope, but not really, because the messages that I deliver to you guys on a regular basis is messages of hope, but we are strictly focusing on hope today, on the word hope. So what does that, how does that feel when you kind of hear hope like coming out your mouth? Say the word hope. Like, how does that make you feel? How does that resonate to your spirit? What does that make you think about when you hear the word hope? When I hear hope, it makes me feel like it ain't over. It makes me feel like it ain't over. Like, I know it may not look the way that I want it to look right now, but when I hear hope, it gives me a spark. Like, keep going, like, keep fighting, keep pushing. There's something in it. Like, something has to happen. You gotta do something. You're so close. You're right around the corner. Don't stop. So this is what hope gives me. And this is what I want to give to you through this message of hope. So here we go. What is hope? Hope is a desire for something good to happen. So basically, boom, in a nutshell, I want us all to be on the same page when we think about what hope means to us. So I do look up these definitions, look at different ways. However it stands out the most to me, I kind of add some, take away, whatever. These messages are all original. So I put, these are straight from my mind, my heart, my soul, and these are things that I learned. I do dig into different to different sources of knowledge when I am putting these life lessons together, but some of these things are straight from my heart and straight from my mind. So when you look up hope as a definition, how they give it to you, it might not say it this way exactly, because I probably just put it in a way that I want you to have it. So hope is a desire for something good to happen. So we did a message on desire. So basically, desire is a deep hope or wish for something. So I really want it really, really bad. So when that desire kicks in and you want that thing to happen, that's where hope comes in at. Like, I really want something good to happen for myself. So hope is happiness and possibilities. So hope brings us happiness. Hope brings us peace. Hope brings us joy. Hope brings us the sense of possibility, where we think that a thing is not possible to happen, and you still hold on to that little bit of hope. Like, I might not think it's going to happen, or it might not look like it's going to happen, but if I just hold on to this little bit of hope, then there is a possibility that it might happen for me in my favor the way that I want it to. So this is what hope is. We're talking about what hope is right now. So where there is life, there is hope. If you have life and strength in your body, then you have hope. A lot of us wake up every day in the morning and we lose every sense of hope. We went to bed last night with no hope. So if you went to bed with no hope, of course you're going to wake up with no hope. But if God is continuing to give you life, then you have to know that there is hope. So where there is life, there is hope. We all need hope. We all need hope. I don't care who it is. Each and every last one of us as an individual, we need hope for something in our lives. Everything is not going to be perfect. Everything is not going to always be the way that we want it to be. But when we hold on to that hope, then there is hope. Like, we can just hold on for the things, that whatever that thing is, to happen for us the way that we need it to happen. And that goes for each and every last one of us. So the person that thinks that they don't need hope, you need hope too. So hope gives us a second chance. So sometimes when we mess up that first chance, you know how us humans do. We think we know everything. We don't want to be obedient to God. We out here leaning on our own understanding and doing things the way that we figure out is the best way. We got our own plan, and our plan don't work. So when we mess up, because we always mess up, from time to time. Hope is that second chance. Like, okay, it didn't work the first time. I got a little bit of hope that it's going to happen. No, I'm going to listen to God this time. I'm going to pray. I'm going to seek guidance from my higher power, and I'm going to hold out for a little bit of hope this time. A lot of us, we got to bump our butts so many times just for us to learn. And that's just the indifference of humankind. Like, we know that it didn't work the first, second, or third time. Hope ain't even a second chance. Hope is like the 20th chance for hard-headed individuals like me. Because, baby, I have had to bump my butt time after time after time after time. Okay, as we get older and our wisdom kicks in, we allow our mistakes to become far and few. That's what wisdom is. So you don't want to continue to make the same mistakes over and over and over again, or have to continue to learn the hard way over and over and over again. But when we do, when we mess up, when we keep like banging our head into that same brick wall over and over and over again, and we sit down and we evaluate the mistakes that we are continuing to make, and we realize that we ain't getting nowhere, we ain't going nowhere, we ain't moving further right now, then we can hold on to that little bit of hope when we have not totally destroyed whatever we are trying to accomplish. So hope is that other chance, that next chance. I don't even want to say second chance, because a lot of us, like me, I need more than 2 chances. And I thank God for the multiple chances that He has allowed me to have, even in this point of my life. So hope is that other chance that a lot of us need. So hope is continuously seeking God, because God is hope. God is hope. For a lot of us who don't want to recognize that God is hope, when we keep trying to do things our own way and we don't want to seek God and guidance, God is hope. That is where you're going to find your hope. Is when you lose hope or you feel like there is no more hope, search for God. Because when you search for God, you will find hope. When you search for God, you are searching for hope. And that's with whatever your circumstances might be. So stop trying to do things without God. Continuously search for God in everything, in all of your circumstances, everything that you want to happen for yourself, all of these doors you want to open, and you need a miracle right now. Like, ain't even no way that you can fix this, whatever is going on in your life. And I'm talking about myself too. So it's not going to happen without God anyway. So save yourself a lot of trouble and just go after God. Find your hope in God. Continuously seek God if you want to find hope. Pray for hope. Pray for hope. I am one person that loves to be consumed in prayer on the regular basis. I don't just pray in the morning and pray in the evening when I am going throughout my day. I will bust out in prayer while you sitting there having a conversation with me, or while I am going about my daily routine, whatever, doing things around the house, fixing food for my children, or whatever. If I feel the need that I need prayer, I am going to sit there and get myself a good prayer through. And I pray for myself a lot. I pray for myself more than I pray for other people. So pray for yourself. I'm telling you, you need it. As much as you like praying for other people, pray for yourself even more. Matter of fact, don't pray for nobody else without praying for yourself. You can pray for everybody, or you can pray for your grandmother. You can pray for your children. You can pray for your grandchildren. You can pray for your next door neighbor. You can pray for everybody. But somewhere in there, pray for yourself. Pray for yourself. So pray for hope. And while you are praying for hope, whatever that situation is, whatever that person is, your heart goes out to this person for whatever that they're going through. Put yourself in that prayer. Allow yourself to be very prayerful. Pray for others and pray for yourself as well. So pray for hope. Hope, faith, and love all go hand in hand. So we have to activate that faith muscle when we do want hope when we are seeking hope, and we have to activate that love muscle. Love is very powerful. Faith is very powerful. Hope is very powerful. All three of those words, if we allow these things to become our reality, they will move like magic in your life. Hold on to love, hold on to hope, and hold on to faith. Continue to hold on to these things. As many times as the enemy tries to come against you and throw different things in your direction, you continue to keep your faith. No matter what happens, hold on to your faith, hold on to your love, hold on to your hope. And when you're thinking about hope, we are talking about hope today, but when you are holding on to your hope, I want you to hold on to love and faith as well. Those three things are going to carry you a very long way. So I have some questions for you guys. Do you have hope? And you can just think about it for yourself. Like, when I give you these topics and when I am talking about these things, hope is probably not something you thought about all day today. Maybe the word hope came through your mind or out your mouth one day this week or wherever, but some of these things we don't even really think about on a regular basis. So I want to give you something to think about right now. Do you have hope? When I think about that for myself, yes, I have hope that things are going to work out for me the way that not only that I need them to work out for me, but the way that I want them to work out for me as well. What gives you hope? What gives me hope is God. God gives me hope, me knowing that I don't have to face the challenges in life on my own. And I know I have God by my side. I believe that God is working miracles for me in the background that I don't even know that he is doing. Like, he got some stuff going on that he has not even revealed to me yet. So yeah, yes, God gives me hope. That's my main source of hope. I can't think about getting my source of hope from anywhere else but God. If I do get my source of hope from somewhere else, from people or whatever that gives me hope, God comes first in it. I believe that God blesses me with certain things and certain people in my life that gives me hope, but God is my ultimate source of hope. He comes first in my life. And my last question is, how do you sustain your hope when you are feeling hopeless? How do you sustain your hope when you are feeling hopeless? How do I sustain my hope when I'm feeling hopeless? I do pray. And I do talk positively to myself. I encourage myself. I speak goodness over myself. I like kind of hype myself up a little bit. I think about the things that I have already made it through. I think about the things that I already made it through. When I first moved here to the state of Delaware, we were living in a 2-bedroom apartment, and I had 5 children in the 2-bedroom apartment. So me and my husband at the time, of course, had our own bedroom, and 5 of my children were sleeping in the next bedroom together. Like, so we literally had to start from scratch. So I was thinking about that just recently, and I was thinking about the fact that my sons have their own homes. One of my oldest sons just got his own home, and my oldest daughter is out of the house now, has a wonderful career, and she's out on her own, living on her own, taking care of herself. And now my 3 younger children, now I'm in a 4-bedroom home. I have my own room, and my 3 younger children, for the first time ever, it seems like my 3 younger children all have their own bedroom. And I was like, wow, I started from 5 of my children sleeping in the same bedroom to my kids. I know it feels so good to them that, of course, my oldest children are like adults, moving out the way, moving out the house. But I'm like, for the first time ever in the history of me, having so many children, my 3 younger children have their own bedroom. And I was like, that must feel good for them, to have their own bedroom, like for the first time ever. So when I get into certain situations that makes me feel like my hope is lost, I think about that, where I started from and where I came. This is how I sustain my hope when I feel like, like I'm tired. We're human. Like, we're going to get tired. We don't feel like fighting in our bodies. We are emotionally drained. We are mentally drained. We are facing challenges. Sometimes it seems like if it's not one thing, then here comes something else. And life is just not easy as a human being because we are finite compared to God and the wonderful powers of the God that we serve. We are only human. We get tired, we get frustrated, and we have to kind of replenish ourselves when we are continuing to go through the struggles of life. So how do you sustain your hope? That's just so personal for me. I don't even know why I shared that. But yeah, just thinking about where I come from and where I am, it gives me hope. It gives me hope because I know if I can make it from that 2-bedroom apartment with all my kids, and they didn't complain. My kids didn't complain. They was in there playing and on school nights, and I'm yelling across the hall, telling them to shut up. They making too much noise, and of course a fight broke out every now and then, or somebody farted or whatever. But we went from 5 of our children being in 1 bedroom to my children having their own rooms. Like my 22-year-old son, he'll be 23 this month. He was in that bedroom with them. Now he has his own home where, like, he's in his home. I mean, yes, he does have a girlfriend, but that's more. He got more room than he needs right now. So it just, that gives me so much hope when I can think about that. I'm like, wow, my son has his own home and he got that big old house to himself or whatever. And just thinking about that, the accomplishments of my children and how far we have came or wherever. I'm sorry, y'all, but yes, that is how I sustain hope, because I know that God has brought me such a long way. So I know the things that I want to happen for myself is going to happen. Like, I can hold on to hope because I feel like God did not bring me this far just to bring me this far. I know that that the desires of my heart will eventually be fulfilled as long as I hold on to some kind of hope of things that I want to happen for me in my life. That just made me so emotional. I say it with tears in my eyes, thinking about the things that I have overcame and God allowing me to overcome so many things in my life. So that can be how I sustain my hope, and where my hope comes from when I am feeling lost and frustrated and tired and all of those emotions that naturally goes through us as human beings. And that gives you something to think about too. What are some of the things that God has allowed you to overcome? Some of your most powerful testimonies. That's just one powerful testimony. We ain't even going to talk about the fact that I am coming up on, I think, 11, maybe 12 years. I got to count the years that I've been sober, because God has given me my life back, and I'm grateful for that. I was counting. I celebrated when I celebrated my 10th year being clean and sober, and the roughest times of my addiction took away at least 10 hard years of my life when I drank really bad and I was like out there in the world. So when I got to my 10th year of being clean and sober, it was like the 10 years that I lost, God gave back to me. And that was a feeling. I was like, wow, like, it seems like God just gave me my life back. So those are the type of things that gives me hope, that allows me to sustain my hope when I am going through so many rough times in life. I'm not going to act like I don't go through stuff. I still go through things just like everybody else do, but I still have hope because I know if I can go through, make it through the things that I have made it through, then God will allow me to make it through even more things. So, whew, y'all got me all emotional and things, sitting up here with tears in my eyes, but that is just a blessing to me, just to think about the things that gives me hope. It gives me more fight. It gives me more drive. It makes me want to push even harder. So think about that question for yourself. So how do you sustain your hope when you are feeling hopeless? Do you have a testimony? Do you have things that you can think about for yourself that is going to like, wow, God didn't bring me this far just to say, well, I brought him this far, or I brought her that far. I might as well move on to somebody else. No, God brought you this far so he can take you even further. So I believe that is the case with me. Like, this is just the beginning of me living the best life that I can possibly live. So that's how I sustain my hope when I think back on my testimony and all the things that God has allowed me to make it through. So we all feel hopeless from time to time. We all feel hopeless. We all have that natural feeling of hopelessness because we are human. We are living in our human bodies and we get tired. So hopelessness can make us feel as if there is no point in trying to move forward. Hopelessness sets in when life gets real. Financial, relationships, and health issues can make us feel hopeless. So these things are going to happen. We are going to face challenges from time to time, and some challenges seem worse than others, and some setbacks or challenges seem like this is something that we can't overcome. But even that situation that you think you can't overcome, I want us to be able to find hope in that, in the toughest situation, So don't give up hope on yourself. And I know that to be the case of so many people that have given up hope on themselves. And that's when their situation do become hopeless. That's when the situation is do become like a lost cause, because someone else can give up hope on you. And that's fine, because a lot of people done wrote me off a long time ago and told me what I wasn't going to be, and told me what my kids wasn't going to be, and all this, and she having all them kids, and how she going to take care of them. Secure kids be taking care of her at this point. So people, let them give up hope on you, but don't give up hope on yourself. Don't give up hope on yourself, because that takes you further away from hope. So you want to be connected to your hope. So yeah, hopelessness is real. We do face these challenges in life. Everything is not going to always be perfect, but we should still hold on to some sense of hope during our struggles. So look for that silver lining. So that was the point, I guess, of me saying all that, and I did write that down. Look for that silver lining, that light at the end of the tunnel, or whatever. Choose hope. Look for that silver lining, because hope is going to save you. Hope is going to save you from yourself. When you are allowing yourself to think negatively and you have given up hope on yourself and all of those things, look for that silver lining at the end of the tunnel and just say to yourself, it might look bad, but it might not be as bad as I think it is. It may be a little bit of hope for things to turn out the way that I want or need for them to turn out. So there is hope for any and everyone that feels hopeless. And that goes for you, and you, because we can all feel hopeless from time to time. And it might seem like that our situation may be hopeless, but there is hope for anyone that may feel hopeless. So taking time to press pause is sometimes the best action that you can take to find that spirit of hope again. Sometimes we get all wrapped up in life and we're just going, and I gotta do this, I gotta feed the dog, I gotta take care of the kids, I gotta pay the bills, and all of this kind of stuff. And life is just like a ton of weights just falling down on our shoulders. And sometimes you just gotta stop. The bills gonna get paid, them kids gonna be taken care of. Sometimes you just gotta stop everything, kind of just be mindful of the things that is going on around you. Some of us can be like in auto drive or auto mode. We can just keep going, and that sometimes will make you feel hopeless too. But when you are not just, when you allow yourself to take a break from everyday life, take a deep breath, go for a walk, do something that is going to help you clear your mind, meditate, do whatever you have to do to kind of break away from the realities of everything that is happening around you. And that is one way that you can the best action that you can take towards finding the spirit of hope. So we can build hope by practicing positive thinking. So that is something that I know that can be difficult when people ask me, how do I stay positive on a day-to-day basis and not allow so many things to bother me or whatever. I do let things bother me sometimes. And when I do snap out of it and remind myself who I am, I allow myself to think positively. So I allow my positive thinking habits to outweigh my negative thinking habits. And that's not going to just come naturally. That is something that we have to practice on a regular basis. It is more easy to think negatively than it is to think positively, because our minds want to think negatively. The enemy is going to attack your thoughts, attack your mind. If the enemy can take power and control over your mind and the way that you think on a moment-to-moment basis, the enemy can take power and control over your entire life. So practicing positive thinking habits is going to take you further than you know. And if you are not one person who has gotten in the habit of practicing positive thinking habits, you are doing yourself a serious injustice. It is not easy to have a positive mindset on a regular basis. It is something that has to be practiced. It has to be done over and over and over again, even if you do it one time today. Like, instead of letting these negative thoughts take control over my mind and my mood, and now I'm mad and upset and this person getting on my nerves or whatever, allow yourself to think positively. Do it today for 2 minutes. Do it tomorrow for 2 minutes. Do it on Monday for 2 minutes before you go into that job that you don't want to go into. We know that job sucks and everybody in there can go to hell. I know. But still, before you walk in that door, practice positive thinking habits. It is going to help your life. It is going to help your life and everything that is going on around you. So we can build hope by practicing positive thinking habits. I don't think that we give enough credit to the power of positive thinking strategies, and it has to be practiced and it has to be done over and over and over again. My favorite philosopher, motivational speaker, author of Think and Grow Rich quoted, "A person without hope is lost," and you don't want to be lost. You don't want to be the person without hope who finds yourself lost. So let's talk about giving hope. What is giving hope? What comes to mind when you hear me say giving hope? So I want to kind of break that down a little bit. We can give hope to one another by showing kindness and concern for one another. We give hope by empathizing with one another. We give hope by, by believing in each other. We also give hope by supporting each other and offering emotional and financial support in one's time of need. That's what giving hope looks like, when we show our compassion and empathy for one another when we are going through things. And giving hope is so important. Giving is more important than receiving. You never know when you might be that person who is going to need someone to give you a little bit of hope. So you might need that back in return, and not only give hope because you might need it one day. I just think we should get in the habit of giving hope to one another anyway. So that is what giving hope looks like. It looks like being kind and showing kindness and concern for one another. That is what hope looks like. Empathizing, you never know what somebody is going through. When their days are looking dark, or they might be going through something. You never know what the next person might be going through. And sometimes we know what each other is going through and we still don't empathize. And that is one of the most inhumane things that we can do as human beings, is not show empathy and compassion to one another. I don't know why. Maybe you don't, some people don't think the situation is serious enough for them to want to empathize or show you compassion for whatever that you're going through. And some people just don't have it within themselves. I don't take things personal all the time when I feel like someone is not being for me what I would naturally be for them. I don't take it personal because I know that everybody is not where I am. And I thank God that I don't have to struggle internally in ways that other people struggle. I can be happy for people. I can celebrate with them. I can be compassionate. I can hurt when people hurt. I can be a listening ear, because because I am in a place within myself. I do a lot of work on myself. I do a lot of work within myself on a regular basis, and I don't always think it's about me. I realize that some people might need my support. Sometimes some people might need me to be compassionate towards them, or whatever, and we can all share compassion. I'm compassionate to people that I don't even know, for reasons that is not even personal, not because I might need someone to be compassionate towards me one day. It's just the right thing to do. We should all learn how to empathize with one another and be compassionate with one another, believing in each other and letting someone know that I believe in you, that I believe that you can do the things that you have your heart set out to do. So by believing in each other, that is a way that we can give hope to one another, supporting each other, offering emotional support. You can talk to me, your problems, whatever. Now, don't nobody want to hear a bunch of people's problems all the time. I hear a lot of issues from different people a lot of times because I counsel people. That's just what I do. That's what I choose to do. So yes, I allow myself to be emotionally supportive on the regular basis. And you never know what kind of hope that might give somebody to know that they have someone that can be emotionally supportive towards them. Financially supportive. I am financially supportive whenever I can possibly be financially supportive. So that gives hope too. No matter how big or small the financial support is, if you are able to be financially supportive towards someone, don't hesitate to do it, because even a little bit of financial support can give someone a whole lot of hope. Like, wow, that person cared enough to give someone out on the street say $1 or $2. I am the stop and give somebody out on the street $1 and $2 person all the time, digging at my purse at the red light and sticking ones out the window when I see somebody that's standing on the side of the road. And some people might say it ain't gonna do nothing but take it and get a beer or cigarette, or use it for drugs, or that person might have more money than you, or whatever. It's no fun standing outside on the street begging people for money. And I know what it feels like to be in a low place in my life. So for whatever reason that person is standing on the road begging people for money, I would hope to never be that person. So I am going to show financial support in that way every chance that I get. It might give someone a ray of hope, like, wow, somebody actually cares. That $1 or $2 might mean more than just $1 or $2. It might mean hope for somebody. So as human beings, we should get in the habit of learning how to give hope to one another. So we all need hope. We should all learn how to give hope. Impossible. I am possible. I'm possible. When you break that word down, impossible, and take it from being one word to two words, you can turn the impossible into the possible. I'm possible. Hope is knowing that the impossible can become possible. And I'm so glad that I added that into my notes. When we can make the impossible possible, that's when we have a little ray of hope. So practice hope. Practice hope. Practice having hope. I was going to say, the next time you get into a situation in your life and you just kind of think about, where can I find hope at in this situation? But a lot of us are going through situations currently, like you don't even have to go far to search for something that you might need a little bit of hope in. So go to that situation, and out of everything that is going on in that situation, add a little bit of hope to it. Whatever that might look like for you, add a little bit of hope to that situation, whether it might be a relationship. Maybe God is trying to speak to you in one way or another for some reason. Add a little bit of hope to your situation and see how far it takes you. And if you don't feel like you feel any changes in adding to your hope into your situation in this moment, add a little more hope into it tomorrow and a day after that, and continue to add hope into that situation until you see the results that you want to see, or the changes that you want to see made in that situation. And when God works that situation out for you the way that you need it to be worked out, and the next situation comes along, find a little bit of hope in your next situation, and make it a part of your practice, learning how to incorporate hope into your life. We are going to always need hope, like not just right now, or not just with this situation or that situation. Some of us have multiple situations that we need hope in, like right now. And a lot of those situations that we need hope in, we probably done been adding everything else to the situation but a little bit of hope. I'm not saying what you adding to it might be wrong. You might be adding faith to it. You might be adding a little bit of hard work into it. You might even got a little bit of God in it. I don't know what you got mixed up in that pot in your situation or whatever you got going on. But with everything that you got in that situation, add some hope to it. I'm telling you, when you add some hope to it, it gives you more possibility. Like, wow, it gives you a whole nother idea of what can possibly happen if you hope for the best in whatever that situation is. It's now your brain is like going, like, if I add a little bit of hope to it, now you're being creative and you're problem solving and your solutions, and you're finding ways to get out of that situation. Like, if I add a little hope to it, like maybe I could do this and that and that and that. Don't close out the possibility of hoping for these things to work out for you in the way that you need them to work out. So yes, we all need hope, and we should all get in the habit of practicing hope. So I believe that my main purpose in life is to spread the message of hope. I believe that God gave me my testimony so I can sit before people and tell them what he has allowed me to make it through. So that when I was thinking of my my main purpose in life, it gave me that my purpose is to spread the message of hope. I believe that that is what my purpose is, and I'm glad that God chose me for this assignment, because he has allowed me to be an overcomer. He has allowed me to make it through a lot of things that a lot of people, even some people that I know personally, are not even here to tell their story. And God has allowed me to thrive through these things. I had to struggle a lot in my life, and not saying that I don't have to struggle a lot now, but my struggles are different now. I go through life more gracefully than I had to go through in my past. I don't have the same struggles and things that I had to fight through, not only physically, the things that the enemy tried to use to tear me down, but even in my own mind, me tearing my own self down mentally, me getting out of my ways of thinking, low self-esteem and depression and anxiety and poverty thinking and things that I didn't even love myself. I'm telling you, God has allowed me for this assignment for a reason, because depression is real. And I know so many people that are struggling or barely struggling through some of the same things that God has allowed me to overcome. So my main purpose in life, I believe, is to spread the message of hope. Like, why else? Why? Matter of fact, God placed it in my spirit one time. He was like, okay. He was like, you done did all your shouting and your hallelujah in church and all that kind of stuff, and you thank me for what I allow you to overcome. And he was like, now go tell somebody. And I was like, who? Like, who do you want me to tell? Like, what do you want me to do? God placed it in my spirit. Was like, I did not just give you your testimony for you to hallelujah about it. I want you to tell somebody what I did for you. And I was so confused. I was like, I don't know who you want me to tell. I don't know how you want me to say it, how you want me to do it. And once I figured it out, I was like telling this person, that person, okay, this person don't want to hear it, I'll go tell somebody who do want to hear it. I'll go tell that person, this person. I'll do it in person, I'll do it online, I'll tell my kids. I'm telling everybody now. And this is very eye-opening when you can see the testimony on somebody, when you can see the power of God, when you can see a walking miracle. Like, wow, if God did it for me, I know that he can do it for anybody and everybody. So I believe that my purpose is spreading the message of hope. I enjoy it very much. And I know that I tell my testimony a lot when I am spreading these positive messages. But however God can use me, even if it's not through my testimony, if I can just be a listening ear or whatever, I want to make it my main motive to spread the message of hope. Even sometimes our situation might not even be as bad as we think it is. Like, sometimes the situation seems like terrible and it may not be all that bad. And when I tell my story, they be like, well, what did you do? And I'd be like, well, I just did that. And they be like, well, that's all I gotta do. That's all you have to do. That was all I did, and it worked, and bam, look at me. Like, sometimes we could think like our whole entire world is over, and I can enlighten someone to the fact that, bruh, it ain't even that deep. Like build the bridge and get over it. So, however God allows me to spread the message of hope, I am more than willing and able and ready to be that person. I know a lot of people, some people give me hope in my life. So I want to be one of those type of people who is not afraid to tell their story and to spread the message of hope, especially with everything that is going on in this world today. So yes, I do believe that my main purpose in life is to spread hope. So we all make mistakes and things don't always go our way, but through all of our life's experiences, we should always hold on to hope. So that is how I ended my message on hope before I drop my quote and affirmation on you guys. So yes, we do all go through things in life, and no, things don't always go our way. And yes, we even make mistakes. Sometimes we cause ourselves more struggle and heartache and pain, and go through things that we don't have to go through. And we allow people in our lives that we shouldn't allow in our lives, or we might allow them to stick around for too long after they have proven themselves to us. So then we find ourselves, struggling with issues and things from other people. Like, we can just cause turmoil for ourselves when we can make more wise decisions. So we have to learn from our mistakes and our life's experiences and whatever you have to go through. However, God is going to continue to push you to be who who he wants you to be. So if you don't get it the first time, this is my personal experience. God had to like knock on my head so many times. I had to bump my butt over and over and over again with the wrong people, the wrong choices, the wrong places, just allowing myself to cause my own turmoil in my own life. So I was like, okay, I done got myself into some mess again. I'm going to try to hold on to a little bit of hope that I'm going to pray that God get me out of the mess that I have gotten myself into. So no matter how it might look for us, or even if you are the cause of your own troubles, like I have ended up being so many times, forgive yourself, dust yourself off, get up, try again, and continue to hold on to some sense of hope. And that is how I ended this message on hope. That felt good to me. That message of hope felt so good to me, even considering just this week, even considering some of, and I had to like stop and encourage myself through the things that I had to grow through this week and remind myself the things that I really want in life and who I am and even how blessed I am. So even like this being the end of the week and me having to like encourage myself in the ways that I choose to encourage myself during the week, I really needed to end my week off with this message of hope. So I'm grateful that God placed it in my spirit to deliver this message of hope. I was like, I'm not going to do a message of hope. I already did a message of hope. So then I was like going through my videos. I realized that I didn't virtually deliver a message on hope. So it's not like entirely new to me, but it is new to you guys because I never sat here before you and deliver a message on hope. At least I don't think so. Anyway, I try not to be repetitive and kind of like bring you things fresh and brand new when I am delivering these messages. But in all reality, life is a repetitive thing. We have to like try to do some, we're not going to get it right the first time. So we have to try these things like over and over and over again, different strategies. Our words can be very colorful, but at the end of the day, it's very repetitive. So we have to like, we have to find ways to be creative in our self-growth and our self-improvement and just trying to do the best that we can to make it through life. The thing with me is I just don't want it to always be a rat race. And I don't want it to always be a struggle. And I see people just like stuck in this rat race, just on the wheel and just like going and going and going, and you exhausted, you burnt out, you tired, you going on this wheel, you're not happy, it don't seem like you're making any progress, you're not going nowhere. I don't want to be that person. I want to be the person who enjoys my life to the fullest. And it's going to take work. It's going to take work. We are going to have to do things, whatever that we can do in our power. We want all of these things to happen for us and the ways that we want them to happen for us. But oftentimes, a lot of us are just not willing to do the work that is necessary to take place for us to get to where we need to be. We want peace. We want peace in our minds. We want peace in our lives. We're not practicing peace of mind, and we keep messing with these ratchet people. Like, you got yourself surrounded around drama, but you want peace. That's not going to work. Like, how you going to find peace of mind in the middle of drama? Okay, so I have to make some tough decisions. Like, I can't just be around you because I ain't got nobody else to be around. Sometimes you have to choose peace. If you want peace of mind, you got to work hard for peace. You got to pray for peace. You got to be very intentional and mindful. Am I doing what I need to be done? I'm just using peace for example. I greet you all with peace every time I relay one of these messages, and peace is so important. That's why a lot of people are depressed and suffer with so many mental health disorders, because we are not learning how to practice peace. We need peace in our minds, and we need peace in our lives. If you are one person who have gotten in the habit of practicing peace, no matter what is happening around you, you can be in the middle of chaos and you can have complete peace of mind. I remember something happened. I was at work and something happened, and everyone was like running racket, and they were like calling in the boss and and calling everybody. People at home, and like it's like nighttime, and they like calling everybody, and it's like complete chaos. And they was like, well, why aren't you? I was just like not in a frenzy at all, because that's not what's going to bring a solution. I pray over the situation, and I just allowed myself to have peace of mind in the situation, and the situation worked out for its best. But you're not going to have me all worked up in the frenzy just because I guess that just seemed like what the situation calls for at the time. I want to be the type of person that practice peace in such a way that I can be at peace in any situation, that peace that will calm the storm like Jesus did. Like that story when they was on the boat and everybody was scared and all. I don't know exactly how the story go, but I want to be like how Jesus was. I'm not going to be all worked up and out of control and my mind is all over the place and all that kind of stuff just because that's how everybody else is. I want to be able to center myself and look for a solution. That's why a lot of us can't find solution in the things that we are going through in our life. You can't find solution because you don't have peace of mind. You're so busy being worked up that how you going to find solution like that? How can you possibly find solution like that when you are not in the right state of mind? It's not going to happen that way. So I practice peace of mind a lot. I practice peace of mind a lot. I always want to be in the state of peace of mind. And if I feel like something is disturbing my peace of mind, my first reaction to whatever that person or thing is to eliminate it out of my life, because that's how important my peace of mind is to me. So I am willing to eliminate things out of my life that is not bringing me peace. And I say all of that to say that we want things to happen for us. We want to be wealthy. We want to hit the lottery. We want that perfect mate. We want to fall in love with the perfect love. But are you the perfect love? You have to be the type of person that you want to attract. You a mess. You got all these issues and you coming with all this baggage and you just want somebody to be perfect. No. If you coming with all this baggage, guess what you're going to attract? You're going to attract baggage. And y'all just going to be two people up there sitting up there looking at a bunch of baggage. You throwing your issues at them and them throwing their issues at you, and your relationship will never be what you want it to be until you be who you need to be, so you can serve what need to be served in that relationship. You can serve love. You can be her peace. You can be his peace. Y'all can do whatever it takes for y'all to be happy. Y'all can make love. Y'all can go for a walk on the beach. Y'all can eat. Y'all can watch a movie together and eat popcorn without arguing and all that kind of stuff. Like how you want something, but you can't be it. It takes work. We have to work on ourselves so we can get what we want to receive in life. So I come to the point in my life where I am willing to do whatever it takes for me to be as happy as I can possibly be. It's going to take self-evaluation. It's going to take changing myself, those tough changes. You done been the same way all this time. When you going to change? You think ain't nothing wrong with you, but it is. It is work that needs to take place within all of us. And it's all going to start in our minds. It's all going to start internally in our hearts. We have to work on ourselves so we can be in receptive mode, so we can get what we need to get out of life while we are still living. So we want hope, we want love, we want peace, but those things are not going to be given to us. We have to work for those things. That is the only way that it is going to happen. So the quote that I am going to leave with you guys is from a man named Desmond Tutu. So Desmond Tutu, I believe he was from Africa, because when I looked it up, it said he was the first African archbishop. And this is what Mr. Desmond Tutu said. He said, "Hope is being able to see that there is light despite of all the darkness." Hope is being able to see that there is light despite all the darkness. So we still talking about what hope is. Excuse me. That is what hope looks like, when you can see that little ray of sunshine when you are in a completely dark place, when you think that there is no light. When that little bit of light peeks through, that's where your hope lies. So whatever that looks like for you, that is what hope is. And I have an affirmation that I want to leave you with, you guys, and I'm going to get out of y'all way. But before I give y'all this affirmation, I just want to say peace and love to all of you who are here joining me for this live life lesson. You got it hot, you got it fresh off the press. I thank you for your presence here. I hope that you received hope today during this evening, Saturday evening message, in the way that you needed to receive hope. Somebody out there might just needed this message on hope. I can't speak for nobody else, but I know for myself personally, I needed the message on hope. So however this message resonates to your spirit, I hope you received it in a way that it needed to be received. But I just want to thank you for your presence here today, this evening, on this message of hope. God bless you. Thank you. Peace and love. And I thank you for joining me on my live today. So the affirmation that I want you to take with yourself is, today I choose hope. Today I choose hope. So everything is a choice. Everything is a choice. We have to make that sound, conscious decision in our own mind to choose one thing or another. When we make the choice to choose one thing, it eliminates the possibility of something else. So when you don't choose hope, then you're choosing something else, whatever the opposite of that thing is. So you want to choose what is going to be helpful to you, what is going to carry you, what is going to grow you. So yes, I want you to make the conscious decision in your mind today and speak that over yourself. You might be that person who hasn't gotten in the habit of choosing hope. Like my last situation, I didn't choose hope that time. I want to choose hope this time, because in all reality, whatever the situation might look like to you right now, you want it to work out for the best, even if it's not the best in this moment. So instead of thinking about the worst of it, look at it in a very positive perspective. Like, it might look like this right now, but I want to be hopeful in it. So I don't want to think negatively in the situation. This is me. This is my life. This is my situation. I want the best for myself. I'm choosing hope right now. I didn't choose hope before. I didn't choose hope yesterday. I didn't choose hope last year. And that's how I got my last year. It looked worse. This year looked worse than last year, because I wasn't very hopeful coming into this year. But I want next year, I want my years to come to look like hope for me. I want my future to be hopeful. So if I haven't chosen hope before in the past, I want to make it a habit right now in these moments to choose hope today. So speak that over yourself. Look at yourself. Say it over and over and over again. Today, I choose hope. This is you. This is your life. You want the best for yourself. So there should be no other choice in the matter anyway. So choose hope today, y'all. Y'all better stop playing. But anyway, that's it. I am done with this week's life lesson. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for joining me, y'all. Before I go real quick, go to my YouTube channel, like, share, and subscribe. That is True Value Knowing Your Worth on YouTube. Also, my books are available and on sale. That is True Value Knowing Your Worth there on Amazon. You can buy the Kindle version. You can buy the paperback version. Get it delivered to your house. Get it delivered to somebody else's house. Send it as a Christmas gift. Buy the 4-book collection. That's True Value Knowing Your Worth, Walking Treasure, Discover Your Hidden Treasures, Feed Your Soul, Your Personal Guide to Health and Wellness, and Religiously. And that is taking a closer look at spirituality and religion. Y'all look forward to more feel-good messages. I don't know what my next feel-good message is going to be, but I am on fire with these feel-good messages. I love it. I don't know about you, but I need these feel-good messages going into my 2025, 2024, get ready to be over. Like, what is your next year going to look like? And I'm talking about the whole year. Like, you sneezed in 2024. It seemed like it just started. Like, listen, what do you want next year to look like for you? What can you do right now to make a difference in your 2025? You can have some hope. You can have some desires. You can have some dreams. You can think about your destiny, what you want the rest of your life to look like. So I'm looking forward to more feel-good messages. I want the best for you. Not only do I want the best for you, but I want the best for me too. Like, I want my 2025 to be the bomb, baby. But I am grateful for my 2024. Even looking at some of the things that I wrote down for myself, I did see some things come into pass. I wrote down a list of goals and dreams and things that I wanted to see happen in my 2024. And through all the challenges and changes and things that I had to grow through in 2024, unexpected things that I didn't know that I was going to have to face this year. And I still see that God allowed me to persevere, to push through, to keep trying, keep hoping, keep praying, keep fighting, keep working hard, to not give up on myself. That is the main ingredient. People say, how you do it? How you stop smoking cigarettes? How you get off drugs? How you stop drinking? Girl, you be out country to country and you be traveling and everybody be partying and popping shots, and now they take bottles of liquor and they want to pour the liquor down your throat, and I be like, no, but I be having a ball though. I still party, I just don't drink. Listen, I want to be able to enjoy my life to the fullest, and I don't want to give up on myself. I am able to enjoy my life much better than I did when I was out there in the world doing things that I ain't have no doggone business doing, that I thought I was grown enough to do, until that stuff started kicking me in my behind. Listen, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I just want to, I'm 44. Listen, I want to enjoy the rest of my life while I am living. And I don't want to get in the way of my own blessings. And that could be the reality of so many people. Like, you could be literally standing in the way of your own self progressing and moving forward. So when we learn how to get out of our own way and allow our blessings to come to us and do the things that we know that we need to do to live a more plentiful life, that's when doors begin to open. That's when miracles begin to happen. That's when God sees you. God sees you when he knows that you are not afraid to do the work, when you can walk in obedience, when you can evaluate yourself, when you can make changes within yourself and in your own life. So y'all do what y'all got to do now. Stop playing. This year is almost over. Think about what you want your life to look like, not just 2025, but your entire life. What do you want your life to look like from this point moving forward? I can't speak for nobody else. I can only speak for myself. So that is it, you guys. Thank you so much. God bless you. Lord willing, I will be right back here next Saturday with another feel good message. I don't even know what it's going to be. I'm making promises. I'm going to keep it, but I don't know what God is going to place in my heart. But y'all stay tuned. Thank you for your support. Thank you for being here. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for engaging. I see y'all. God bless you. I love you. Y'all be safe. Enjoy your Saturday. Do something that is going to make your heart smile today. Love on yourself. Do something that is going to make you happy, laugh, enjoy life. Talk to your favorite person, kiss somebody, hug somebody, tell somebody that you love them. No complaining. Don't complain about your back hurting and your bills or none of that stuff. We're going to have a no complaining Saturday for the rest of our evening, just because I want you to be able to enjoy yourself, not only today, but always. We're going to start to practice these things. But I love you guys. God bless you. In the meantime, you guys continue to stay blessed.